we live yet? Yes, we're live. Good evening, lovely, lovely people. Thank you for joining me. I don't even know if anybody is here yet because I don't get a counter. Oh yeah, it's just popped up. Here we are. And we're in the room. So this is going to be not anywhere near as professional as the Cookie and the Hayden's lives. But we're going to give it a go anyway. I'm mostly unprepared, even though I announced this ahead of time. Somebody actually said to me that it's a really good idea to announce your lives and people will actually turn up to watch them. So it's been ages since I've done one. So the idea about this one is just to share a bit of time with you guys and see what happens. See who joins us in the chats. Don't be shy. Say hello. And go through a few things of what's been happening in the world of Dave just recently. And I'm in a tremendous mood, so we're going to do a giveaway as well. I like doing giveaways, like give back to the community and all that kind of stuff. There is a reason for doing it, but it is actually entirely philanthropic. Well, I say that. There's going to probably be a lot of people watching this video just to see if they can win something. Right, let's see who the early adopters are. Jeff, yes, definitely had some wind therapy. Well, no, I say yes. I haven't been out on the bike for a while, which is just it's been sat in the garage for way, way too long. Let me turn Wi-Fi off. Sorry about this, guys, because I think it's trying to use Wi-Fi. I'm just going to cut myself off here, aren't I? So if I turn Wi-Fi off, it'll be a cable connection only. Anyway, right, we should be back in the room. Can everybody see me okay? So yeah, anyway, bike's still in the garage. Well, it's not being worked on. It's literally at the back of the house in my garage. Not been out on the bike for quite some time now. Like I say, criminal shame, but I will be getting on it very, very soon. Good evening, Andy. My clicker seems to be working tonight, which is good. I spoke too soon, didn't I? Andrew, Money Mental UK. One of the best ways to spend Friday evening is in Andrew's company over on the Money Mental UK YouTube channel. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out already. I was with you for the first time in a long time, I think, last week. Was it Friday? Or was I doing something? Was I up to shenanigans? I am completely losing track of time. Kath's with us. Good evening, Kath. How are you? It's been a while since I've seen you, Kath. You've not been out and about. Hope you're keeping well. Dan Bolton Norcross. Oh, how you doing, Dan? I saw you on Sunday, didn't I, at Bolton? Hope you're keeping well, mate. Limelight Vinty, good evening, good evening, good evening. Jumped up to 21 people in the chat now. We're saying hello to everybody. Giveaways are great, especially when they're sent. Well, I did ask for your address. I don't think you give it me. Or I might have actually forgotten. I sent the other one, definitely, because there was two people. You were one of them, Kath. And if I have forgotten, I'm really sorry. I definitely will send the one tonight. But yeah, I shouldn't have put that up on screen, should I? Who else we got? AA, good evening. Vincent, been a while since I've seen you as well. This weekend, Vincent, I'm looking, if you're at Berska, then I'm really going to try and get there. It's been ages since I've been there. So the plan this weekend is supposed to be cracking weather this weekend as well. And it's the start of school summer holidays as well. So it should be, I don't want to jinx it. I really don't want to jinx it. It should be a massive, massive weekend for sourcing. And hopefully I'm going to do Berska and Robbins Island this weekend at least. Evening, John. Evening, Dave. Thanks for getting the label printed to me quick smart. I appreciate it. Oh, thanks for your custom, John. Not a problem at all. Was it your good lady who messaged to say, can you get it out quickly? Am I remembering rightly? Or it might have been you that messaged me. Yeah, not a problem at all. They're coming up quite regularly as well. So if you know anybody else who's in the market for a label printer, give me a shout. Always happy to help. And for subscribers to the channel, it's only right that I give me a little bit extra special treatment. Thanks for the shout. No problem at all, Andrew. You're a gentleman, sir. I was Friday. That's really strange because what on earth was I doing on Friday? Oh, my word. This is my age kicking in now. Can't remember and stuff. Jeff, for non-riders, wind therapy helps bikers from going nuts. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Paperman 4000, that's a cool username. Good evening to you. Okay, I'll best let you know about this this giveaway. Sorry, it was done on this giveaway. Okay, so this, I'm going to show you it. This is a printer that I'm giving away. It's a Zebra. My model is an LP2824 level print. It's not new, obviously. I've upgraded mine. This worked perfectly, but the one I've got to replace it, which is the Zebra ZD410, is just a lot quicker, and I'm printing a lot of Amazon labels out lately. It doesn't really matter if you don't intend to use it for printing labels, although obviously it's really, really useful for printing labels. It's a bloody label printer. If you have no intention of using it, though, it does have a resale value as well. So this whoever wins, and I'll come on to how you can win shortly. Whoever wins will be getting this in the post for free wherever you are. Hopefully you're in the UK. I've got most people who watch this channel are from the UK. I think if I will send it abroad if whoever wins is from abroad, but I'm kind of hoping that nobody from abroad wins it as well. So that's the plan anyway. The way we're going to decide is in an ancient, tried and tested fashion, is by a duck race. If you haven't taken part in a duck race before, then you're in for a treat. So towards the end of this live, what I'll do is jack up a duck race. I have got help for me this time, because the first time I did something like this, I did the certain word in the comments to enter the duck race, and then noted all the usernames down, all the participants down myself, and it just took forever. It went pear-shaped at the end anyway, and there was loads of pregnant pauses. So I have a lovely assistant in the form of my youngest daughter, so she should be watching in the background. So to enter the duck race at the end of this live, what I want you to do in capital letters, I will mention this again for people joining a bit later on, in capital letters in the comments, write the word duck in capital letters, and that'll be your entry. That'll be your entry. Only do it for once, one entry, one duck. So it's a flair. We will be filtering out any people who try and cheat. But yeah, capital letters in the chat, duck. Right, let me catch up. Got you. Oh, Vincent, it was you. Yeah, sorry about that. I do lose track of who. Yeah, so see, I did send it out, Kath, just not yours. And I'm sure there was a very good reason for that. I need your address. Okay. I'm just digging myself out here. Oh, bugger. Honestly, John, I haven't got a good memory at all. It's shocking. Yeah, I've had holidays since. I've actually booked 2 more holidays since I've been back off holiday. You know what it's like. You get back off holiday, all you can think of is going away again. So I booked 2 more holidays. One's a little one, going to Keswick next month, just for a weekend. And 3 including Keswick. So I'm going to Tunisia in September and Thailand in February. There we go. What are we saying here? Is that one Wi-Fi? The one I'm giving away isn't. The new one that I've got is. So don't be expecting anything high tech worth thousands. It's perfectly serviceable and usable. But if you don't decide to use it, you can flip it, and it's got a sale value anyway. So it's win-win for whoever gets it. I knew I'd get to the end of the. I knew it'd fill up the chat here. Evening, Stuart. How are you keeping? I've got a couple of recent sales to show you as well. Just stuff that's been absolutely fire. Really good examples of stuff I knew nothing about as well. So I'm quite happy to share this info with you. Keeffe got a new printer as a backup from Faz a couple of weeks ago. He had a Citizen. I love them, but they aren't worth much money. Yeah, I think I'd seen that. Label printers are just amazing. Sorry about this. All right, Sean, can you wait until the end? Because I'm going to do this again. Just when we get closer to the duck race at the end, if you send me the list, then I should have explained that bit to you. I'm just rubbish at things like this. Totally winging it. Right, so we've got lots of entries already. My word, there's a few. Paper, I'm on the live, love. You're all right. Oh, Paperman wants a goose. And Stuart Knowles is flattery won't get you the printer, mate. I can't rig this race. Thought I was banned from Thailand. Why would you think that? I'm the epitome of pleasant international relations. We're really hard saying as many holidays as you want. Yeah, absolutely. I came to the conclusion quite a while ago. I mean, obviously, one of the reasons I started reselling is because of how many hours I was putting into previous jobs and just flogging myself half to death for not really any significant returns. But that's kind of evolved into making, pardon the language, making shit count. It's important that you're not everything's not just about working. I'm a big believer in that you should have things to show for the efforts you're putting into what you're doing professionally. I've never been a very materialistic person. I don't have a flash car. I don't have a flash house, blah, blah, blah. I don't dress fashionably. I don't have any sort of like strong desires for stuff like that. But one thing that I am big on is experiences, and the more experiences that I can get out of life, the better. So that's whatever floats your own boat, though, I suppose. So, but that's my take on it. You British folks sure get a lot of holidays. You have room for a couple of Yanks to immigrate. Absolutely, Jeff. You're more than welcome anytime. I'm sure you'll have lots of offers of people putting you up as well. James is in. Good evening, James. I think James is at Bolton more than I am these days. And I hope you please tell me you picked up your own action figure on Wednesday. It was yesterday, wasn't it? I saw you. Please tell me you got one for yourself. That would have been amazing. So, yeah, absolutely. Limelight's welcoming Jeff. I'm sure he'll put you up as well. So a couple of recent sales that have happened for me that I didn't know anything about before I was at the boot sale and researched them. Let me just share them on screen now. Bear me a sec. Like I say, not very proficient on this live streaming malarkey. Why have I lost it now? Sorry about this, guys. So this was the first one. It was a realistic scanner. Where is it now? Put that over there. Yeah, Hyperscan Pro 26. There are different models of this. It's just a handheld, I suppose you could call it a police scanner, but I think the police use it for different channels and whatnot. It's more sort of like your CB operators kind of thing. I didn't realize that the CBs, citizen band radios, and all that kind of thing was still a thing. I thought the internet would have killed it, and mobile telephony and stuff like that. But there's still big money to be made in this equipment. I paid £15 for this. I think it might have been a Bolton boot sale. That's usually a pretty safe bet. And I've got a 15% off sale on at the minute. So I did list it for just shy of £95. So 15% off, sold for £80.67. So if ever you're out and about, and I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with citizen band radio kind of equipment. But all I did was I checked the model, the make and the model. So that was that one. Very interesting pickup. And the other one, showing that, was consummate professional here. Oh, bollocks. Just talk amongst yourselves. Was this one fastest sale in a very, very long time. So here we go. Instaloo aluminium plasters. There was no comps for these at all in the UK when I went to list them. The stilts for tradesmen, plasterers, decorators, that type of thing. They all use these, and they're extendable as well. Again, knew nothing about them. I only got these on, I think, yesterday. Got them yesterday, listed them today, and within, I think it was 5 minutes, something like that, they sold. Paid £40 for them, and they've gone for £129. There are some examples of these stilts, if you ever come across them, that go for several £100s. I mean, some of them go for crazy, like £500 north. So definitely worth looking out for. I think across the board, though, stilts, even so, like the kangaroo stilts that I picked up yesterday as well, they sell for strong money as well. So yeah, definitely be looking out for stilts. This type of stuff, though, safe bet. Paid up for it at 40 quid a bit. The reason I only went £129 is because these exact stilts at the minute are being sold on Amazon for 150 quid, brand new and warranted and all that kind of stuff. So 130 quid for, technically, I mean, the box was open, but they weren't used. So I don't know. Yeah, I felt like that was, I mean, obviously they sold it almost instantly, so that was a good shout anyway. So I'll put it over to you guys. What have been your more notable sales of recently? It was amazing. What a spot. Love born, nothing rude. Went to Five Guys for lunch, living the dream. Just like you've retired, James, isn't it? It's like you've retired. Just imagine jobs you've had in your time, and now you're a reseller. You can just put your feet up and live the life of Riley. I've been to Five Guys in Bolton. I'm sorry, I've just caught on what you said there, James. I've been in with my grandkids once, and it's just weird. It's am I just missing the point? Five Guys is just a bog stand. Sorry, it's just a burger joint, really, but they sell good burgers. But I don't get the corralling bit. Everybody queues up in one queue to order, and then you have to stand in like a corral of people waiting for your order to be shipped. And for the privilege of standing in this corral of people with all other sweaty bodies, it's about 8 times more expensive than McDonald's. Is it just me? But I don't get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. They are really, really good burgers, but what a bizarre experience. Mostly getting via boats. I just missed that. Missed that completely. Oh, here we go. a lot of drug deals done via CB radio. It's like confession, Andrew. This is one thing I love about watching Andrew's channel. He's extremely knowledgeable about a lot of different things, and every now and again his presentation is brilliant as well, because it's also matter of fact, and you can just learn something and without actually feeling like you've learned something. It's great. I love it. She's good at AA. Sorry, just when I said talk amongst yourselves, I wasn't being literal, by the way. The reason I'm being ignorant and looking at my phone, by the way, is because I need my daughter's help and she's messaging me. I've got pictures of me in these stilts. Went to comic as Jack Skellington with these, was super tall. Have you sold them since though, or were they loaners? It was an awesome find anyway. It was a gamble because, like I say, there was no comps for them in the UK, and I'm very reliant. I mean, I do know quite a bit of stuff about it. I've been around I'm 53 years old. I've been around a long time to pick up different bits and pieces of information. So, and every now and again, you come across an item where you think, I can't prove this with comps or evidence, but I've just got a feeling about it. And in my defense, I think there were some comps for this type of stuff in Germany. They are a German-made thing, the Instalube brand. They are German. They felt good quality and all that kind of stuff. So it ticked a lot of boxes as well. So I kind of relied half on foreign evidence and half on my own spidey sense, for want of a better word. And obviously it paid off. Yeah, I bought something on Sunday for £8, sold today for £100. You gotta love it when it turns around quickly like that, and you've gotta love it. What was it? Did you want to let us know? Andy, I sold a 5-foot skeleton cushion for £125. A 5-foot skeleton cushion. Oh, mate, I really want to see a picture of that, Andy. That sounds proper cool. Incidentally, for those of you who are just joining, to take part in the duck race at the end of this live to win the printer, which is here, if you haven't already sent it. Label printer, it's the zebra one as well, so you don't need branded labels for this one. You can use any old thermal labels on them. So to enter your duck into the duck race at the end of this live, just in the comments of this live, type duck in capital letters, and my daughter will make a note of your name, add you to the list, and we'll take it from there at the end of the live. What, something on? Oh, sorry, we just had that, won't we? Yeah, Andy, I need to see the picture of that skeleton cushion. I mean, what would you use one for? No, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. I'd put money on it. There may be a single person bought it. I don't know. I had a set of 4 Drake's Pride professional balls, paid £3 or so for $99.99 with 10 minutes. That's amazing. That, I think I've seen something like that on social media or maybe on the Discord. Are you on the Next Level Resell Discord? I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. That's a good result, that though. At that kind of value, it must have been quite a new set as well. Some of the new bowls are pretty good to be looking at anyway, to be fair. You've got to be really careful of cracks and all that kind of stuff. But if you can get branded, really decent condition bowls, then you can be talking decent money. But the newer versions, the more modern bowls, you're talking over £100. The crazy prices. Incidentally, something I've only just recently found out on the bowls front is women's bowls as well. And this is probably just generalizing a bit too much here, and apologies if it sort of offends anybody's sensibilities, but the 0, is it the 0 or the 00 size, sell very, very well as well, because they're more synonymous with women's bowls and all that kind of stuff. They're a lot lighter. I'll shut up talking about that. Do your research anyway. If you find bulls are a good say, they're a good bet. They're very They are very pricey in the US as well. 5 dudes. All right, very pricey. Yeah, they're good though, Jeff, aren't they? They are good, but I don't get the corralling thing at the end. It's just odd. It's just odd. You're on the money, Dave. It's like a kebab shop after a nightclub's 5 guys. But at that time of day, just me and my mate. It was super hot. The milkshake was amazing. Yeah, I think it's just the price that put me off. I mean, my grandkids, well, at the time they were like 5 and 6 or something like that, 5 and 7, and we went in there and we didn't have a right lot, and it was still 60 odd quid, and I'm thinking, I should have done my homework first. If you want to enter the duck race, a thumbs up would be nice. Oh, Kath, considering I forgot to send you your thing from last time, that's very nice of you. Thank you very much. On the duck front, though, I've got something to tell you as well, which is really cool. And he's probably watching this live as well. Right, let me get up to scratch on this live. I've just sold out of strawberry flavored condoms, $125 a pack on eBay. We sell them for £12 on eBay. God knows how they taste. You're not tempted? It tastes like long-lasting chewing gum or something like that. I must admit, I wouldn't have been tempted, but what would these? Yeah, sorry, we're not talking about the condoms, Andy. Andy's not talking about the condoms. He's talking about the life-size skeleton cushion. People are strange. No, it wasn't me on Next Level Resell. I might have seen it somewhere else. So about spelling. Here we go. How is Mega Duck going, Dave? Mega Duck. I don't know what you mean. I've got a judgmental duck in my bath. It's a huge duck that looks at me while I'm having a poo, criticizing me with his eyes. That was too much information. Anyway, I'm going to show you this thing because about half an hour ago or so, a good friend of mine, Chris, came round with, he'd made me something. And yes, I know you can buy these on Temu and they're very, very cheap. But the important thing is, the most notable thing is, he made this on his 3D printer. So it's a duck press. The idea is you get mashed potato, put it in the duck press, and make duck-shaped mashed potato, and then you can fry the duck potato to get duck-shaped spuds. How cool is that? What an absolute legend. So it probably cost him about, I don't know, 15 quid in whatever they use. I'm not even going to pretend to know how 3D printers work, but I can make snowballs too. Yeah, snowballs for tiny people. There we go. I'm waiting for the trip. It's going to happen, that. Do you know what, Andrew? I think there's 3 people on the same day sent me the same message that you did, the same screenshot. So any more notable sales from you guys? I think this might well be one of the shortest lives ever. Not as short as the time before last when it went completely peaked on. Anyone who hits the thumbs up during this live stream gets a free entry to my nice list. No questions asked. Thank you very much, Santa. Reseller Santa is the best Santa. Okay, just a final shout for the giveaway for the duck race. If you've got, so if you put in the chat duck in capital letters, you can get an entry, and I'll give it 5 minutes after. I'll give it, shall we say, what time are we on? I'll give it to 25 to, and then we'll pull the plug for entries. Santa Claus, you told me. Yeah, well, you deserve to be banned from the naughty list. To be fair, Andrew, I think even you'd agree with that yourself. You got Discord. I haven't, Andy. I'm on the Next Level Resell Discord though, so that's a very worthwhile thing to be involved with, particularly if you want to up your Amazon game. There's lots of people. It's a great social network for eBay development as well, so I'd certainly recommend it. I'm not on the payroll anymore, so I can say that without any kind of people thinking I'm doing it for the money. Do you watch other resellers for tips and extra knowledge? Not as much as he used to. When I started out, I used to binge watch George Ross because, in fact, probably to this day, the eBay side of my business is a very, very similar business model to George's. But these days, I just tend to watch people that I think I can learn from, and I specifically hunt them down, kind of thing. So I wouldn't. This sounds like an awful thing. It's not an awful thing today. It's a practical thing to say. Even though I'm good friends with a lot of peers that I've met personally, like say Chris Hayden, Chaddy P, John Brum Reseller. I think the world of these guys, absolute legends in the game. But I wouldn't watch them just for the sake of watching them. And the reason I say that is because it's all time. And I'm either all the way on or all the way off. So when I'm not working on my business and doing the reselling thing, I try and switch off as much as possible and cut off for it as much as possible. So with the exception of probably the Cookie and the Hayden's live on a Monday night, which I'll probably maybe watch a couple of times a month, I tend to avoid it because I just get stuck down a rabbit hole again. And I'm sure the people who make content for YouTube in this field are pretty much the same. That's my take on it anyway. But if I want to learn something, I mean, I know where to go now. If I wanted to sharpen my clothing skills, for example, I'd particularly started watching Chaddy Peel, luxury pickers, things like that. I tend to want answers for specific questions rather than pick stuff up, because I think to a degree, if you try and mimic other resellers, particularly content creators, YouTube resellers, then you're not being independent of anybody else. I think the only way really to generate success in business, let alone reselling, is by doing your own thing, be the alpha and omega of your own business. So yeah, you can go out there and hone skills, take little snippets of information from here, there and everywhere, but realistically speaking, it's got to be your own acumen that develops your business. If you try and mimic somebody else, then I think the batteries on that kind of model would run out really, really quickly. Build something sustainable. Sorry, already had that. We already know you're banned from the naughty list, Andrew. Hope you're keeping on top of these, Sean. Have you heard anything about the drama at Panel Kabu? I haven't, Paperman. No, I haven't. I've only ever done panel once as a seller. It was a good day. It's not that much of a dog leg from Fitzwilliam, but I've not really been to Fitzwilliam a right lot this year either. So I don't know. Do you want to fill us in, or is it just gossip? In fact, no, probably better not. If it's sort of like, if it's not first-hand information, then probably best not sharing. How's Andrew cheating? Hi, Dave. Me and my girlfriend love watching your channel. Keep up the good work. Thanks very much indeed. It's so bad. Love that little profile picture, by the way. Is that the guy from Danger Mouse? What was he? What was his name? Baron. No, it's gone. Somebody comment the guy from the bad guy from Danger Mouse. That's what that profile picture looks. Thanks for supporting the channel anyway. Okay, we're getting down to the bottom of the chat, and the book is closed on entries for the duck race. So it's 25-2. So the pull the plug. So anybody who has got an entry, we'll be doing that really soon. So Sean, if you want to check for duplicates, please, on that list, and send me the list over, that'd be great. I'm the same. Only watch YouTube if I'm listing or shipping. Otherwise, I like to switch off. Yeah, definitely. I think it's healthy having that separation. I know I've said this quite a few times on videos now, but one of the most significant things that I've done over the last couple of years is move my stock into a shipping container. Now, I have to operate some of my business from home. There's no avoiding it, because I'm not to the stage that I have a specific custom business premises that I can operate everything from. I'm not to that stage, but simply getting my stock out of my house freed up so much headspace. Now, at least, with the exception of this computer that's in the corner of my dining room, I have my office upstairs that I do my listing, packing, photography in. I can close the door and just forget that room even exists. So having that mental disconnect is super, super, super important. So I know that not everybody is in a position, and everybody has different aspirations where they want to take the business, but having that separation is very important. And if you want to grow your business, grow your reselling business, then I strongly recommend trying to emphasize that separation between personal and business. Yeah, it's good health. Has anyone ever been to 4 car boots on the same day? I think my record's 4. I've never been to more than 4. In fact, the last time I can remember doing 4 was when I went up to the Northeast. I did a tour, and hot off the press information, I am planning to do a Scotland tour in the not too distant future, which I will vlog. But yeah, 4's my limit. Has anybody done more than 4 car boots on the same day? And how quick did you have to move? Conversation with Kath. There's my little girl. This is our Sean. Yes, you would make a cracking secretary. Thank you very much. We didn't discuss wages, but I'm sure, I'm sure we could look after you. Oh, there we are. I knew I could rely on you, Kath. It's Baron Greenback. That's from Danger Mouse. Yes. Lips are sealed then. There you go. Yeah, definitely. If it's not first-hand information, can't really share it. Unless it was you and you don't want to incriminate yourself. Not as good as a weak turbine, man. Oh, somebody done 4. Kath, have you done 4? I've only ever done 3 and I was knocked out. Yeah, okay, yeah. It does take it out of you. And that's the thing. Would you rather do 4 car boot sales quickly, or 1 really big car boot sale and take time? There you go. There's a question for you. Me and my partner have recently learned a lot. My hobby is routing around charity shops and resell. A lot to learn. Yeah. Thanks for the videos. Not a problem at all, Jessica. And the best of success to you. It's a good friend of mine. His son is just got into reselling on Vinted. He's a 17-year-old lad, and he's saving up. He's just passed his car test. He's saving up for a car, and it's just the most amazing thing to see a young lad who's got fire in his belly to get out there and just do something with his time rather than sitting on his ass doing bugger all. And obviously he's got something to aim for. He's not the kind of guy who's reliant on mum and dad and all that kind of stuff. He knows he's got to pull his weight. So I've kind of taken him under my wing a little bit, and he was out with me on Saturday, went to a couple of boot sales, and it's just really refreshing to see, particularly a 17-year-old lad with that kind of fire in his belly, like I say. It's just, it topped my batteries up as well, if you know what I mean. But yeah, Jessica, just keep that out there. And I know that you say you've got a lot to learn. You'll make a lot of cock-ups as well. I still make a lot of cock-ups. Embrace them. You learn so much from fucking up. You really do. Hoping to invite to Scotland, Dave. I'll bring my van. That's not a bad idea, that, actually, Jamesy. Yeah, a bit of a road trip. There's a few people we can visit on while we're up there as well. So we'll talk. We'll talk some more on that. I'm not sure you want my smelly ass in the van with you, Dave, to be fair. I might need to take a tent. No, new boot sale in Blackpool, you say? That's not a real place. Stattingagin. That's not a real place, Kath. Come on, you're making this up. Just saying, we found the most amazing local charity thrift shop, Dorcas Ministries. Awesome prices, now part of our weekend routine after the local flea market. That's brilliant. It's some of the Jeff's from the States, by the way, a very avid follower, a lot of UK resellers, and every one of us think the world of him and appreciate the support, obviously. I've seen a few videos of the resellers from the States, more notably the couple, what they call now, Rally Roots, and some of the thrift stores, the charity shops there, they're just vast, absolutely vast. So is that's one question that it's just occurred to me to ask, but I've thought it in the past. Are all thrift stores like that, Jeff, or do you get, like you've seen on the videos over here, with this like more high street shops, kind of coffee shop type size premises kind of thing that you can have a rummage around? Is it one or the other, or do you have a mix? How common are the other smaller stores? I'd rather do one car boot sale and go back to bed. Andrew, you're a man after my own heart. It is well documented how much I love a nap after a boot sale. It's amazing. I prefer one big one. I go around about 6 times. Yeah, definitely. You see it all the time. Some people, I know this is not a criticism. It's just how I do it compared to how observations I've made about how other people go around boot sales. Some people turn up and they'll just go up and down the lanes at 1,000 miles an hour. And I call them boot flies. You see, like when they're what they call them, house clearance vans turn up, you'll get an absolute crowd of people stood around the back of the van. It's never, I kind of avoid situations like that. I'll always take my time. And if I miss stuff because of it, then it was never to be anyway. That's where my mind's at. But my take on it is, if you're taking your time, you're being more observant and you spot stuff that other people might miss. That's my take on it anyway. It'd be interesting to see what the general consensus is for everybody. Are you a big fan of maybe zipping up and down the aisles when you get to a boot sale and then going at a slower pace, or do you just want to hit it and get off home? We prefer small car boots, tend to be friendlier. Yeah. I suppose it works both ways, though, because the people who are having bad days can turn up anywhere, in my experience. But no, I do get what you're saying, Kath. Generally, as well, the smaller boot sales have a greater concentration of private sellers rather than traders, just by definition. Obviously, market traders want to go to the big boot sales like Bolton and Bershka and all that kind of stuff, when they get lots and lots of footfall. so they can make as much money as possible. So the smaller car boot sales, it probably doesn't attract that many of that type of seller. So I suppose it's just logical, really. Rather go around one boot sale 4 times, always find some gems at the end. Yeah, definitely agree with you, Kieran. If I feel like I've rinsed a boot sale, which was the case on, what did I do on Sunday? I think it was just Bolton. Good example was Saturday. I did Norcross and Billsborough, St Michael's. Some people call it St Michael's, some people call it Billsborough on Saturday. And when I went to Norcross, I went around the field a couple of times, and it really did feel like I'd rinsed the field, and there was just nothing really else to go at. So I moved on quite quickly. I think I'd got away from Norcross before 7:30, which is really unusual. Trapper 1, do 3 every Sunday, get up at 3 a.m, get home for around 12. Ruins me for the rest of the day. Yeah. The Wednesday's a tough one for me because on a Sunday, I usually I'm home for between 8 and 10, say something like that. And I'll have a nap and feel like in fact, when I get up after my nap, it just doesn't feel like I've done any work at all, which is great. It's absolutely amazing for mental health because you've got where all this stock appear from kind of thing. But on a Wednesday, it's a real tough shout because even though I prep and the picking and packing I'd normally do on a Wednesday, I do it on a Tuesday during the summer so I can spend the day sourcing on a Wednesday. But there's no nap time on Wednesday, and it just come tea time, I'm proper turning into old man. Going into old man mode. But 3's not a bad shout, week in, week out. Whereabouts in the country are you, Trapper? I promise I won't come. Well, unless you're like around the corner. I promise I won't come and steal all your good stuff. Times of jail. I want afternoon car boots. That's the future. It's one by me on. It's Great Harwood on. There's Great Harwood, which is more Blackburn, and this one just around the corner from me, Park Hall. That's on a Wednesday afternoon. I think kickoffs from 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that. So there you go. If you've ever fancied a midweek mosey over the board, Andrew, you're more than welcome. Just give me a shout. I think James has just stumbled across a whole new way of creating YouTube videos. Drinking and car booting. There's something in that. Pub crawl boot sales. That even sounds like a YouTube channel, Andrew. You've got to make it happen, even if it's just once. Bloody hell, Chris, were your ears burning? The man himself. Well, I'm assuming it's Chris. It might be Bell, of course. Both equally welcome. Okay, I'm going to get to the bottom of the chat and we're going to do this duck race. Elaine, you're late to the game. Where you been up to? There you go. Here we go. Wide variety of thrift shops here. The big chains are the ones to avoid. Small independently runs are usually much better. That's the case over here as well, actually Jeff. I think probably without exception, every UK reseller in the chat will agree with this one. We do like the little ones, the charity shops that are run by little old ladies, proper volunteers and all that kind of stuff, rather than the big Bernardos and Heart Foundation, people like that, corporate ones who are run by managers and all that kind of stuff. For the same reasons, we'd rather buy from private sellers at boot sales than market traders. Okay, nearly there, guys, nearly there. To shed some light on the new car boot in Blackpool, Windyke is back on Sunday. Is that the one by the motorway? By the Shell garage, Dan? I can't think of. There's only four car boot sales, one of which is finished that I know of. That's, and I don't know the reason I'm saying the one by the motorway, by the Shell garage, which is the last junction as you're getting into. The last junction before you get to Blackpool, the end of the motorway. The other three were Norcross, Billsborough, and Greenash, which Greenash is now finished. So be interested to see where that is. Tony, hi Dave, love you, Charles. I've been to car boots in Essex, so many around. Any tips to increase sales? Been very slow. Yeah, watch all of my videos, Danny. No, seriously. Are you promoting your listings? I'd definitely recommend promoting your listings. Don't let any of your listings go over 90 days old, because these stop being picked up by the algorithm. So if any of your listings are over 90 days old, end them and sell similar. Don't relist. Goes down the sell similar route rather than relist, and that revitalizes the listing. So they're two top ones, but definitely consider promoting your listings. The minimum you can promote at is 2%. I do 5% across the board, and I can't remember the last time I had a no sales day. And I've not got massive amounts of inventory in my store either. I think I've only got about I've just tipped over 600 listings, so it's not a huge store, but it's all about quality rather than quantity. But yeah, those are two tips. Aside from that, keep watching the videos, mate. Pick up some good tips. Okay, right, nearly there. I keep saying that, and then this one's Blackpool. Trying to sort out which is questions and which is conversations within the chat. Evening, are you still doing the Amazon too? Yes, yes, Jay, still doing Amazon. It's dropped off a little bit. I absolutely smashed it at the beginning of the year. I landed on just a whale of a supplier. There was really good news for Amazon stock. A lot of that sold through, and it's dried up a little bit. I'm still kind of getting stock filtering through from the suppliers, but it's nowhere near to the level it was beginning of the year. So I'm kind of changing my tack with Amazon a little bit. I'm concentrating on return more higher margin items on Amazon, which is unusual because of the way Amazon is set up, where it's so, I know I'm teaching it suck eggs here, I apologize, because you can stand lower returns because you're not having to do as much work. Swinging more towards the higher margin because I'm not putting as much stock through Amazon at the minute. The short answer to your question is, yeah, still on Amazon. No intention of leaving, probably ever. Normally head to my house clearance guide to start helping set up his store. See, that's a smart move. That's a smart move. Get first look at his stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I love your ingenuity there. Elaine's daughter's been doing the gym classes. You should go with her, Elaine. North Wales. I do Chirk, Chester Rugby Club, and Rill on the way home. I know Chris goes to Rill a few times. He's been. I've already mentioned that a couple of times. I've been over at Chirk quite a few times. Only twice this year, I think, something like that. Been meaning to get back. I do like it over there. It's a bit of a stomp for me. It's about an hour and 20 each way. Hi, Anne. I've only just noticed your pop up there. I do like to take my time, and then I still enjoy it. I was brought up going to car boot sales, so it's just a Sunday morning out. Absolutely. If you can make money doing things you love doing, then you'll never work a day in your life. Sounds like I'm heading to parkour. You're more than welcome, Andrew. More than welcome. You send me a message on Instagram or something. I think you might have my number anyway. Okay, gonna shoot through now. I'm gonna copy this list from my lovely daughter. Right, just bear with me a second while I set up this duck race. Okay, duck race. Names. So we need Chris Hayden on the job here. He's so much more proficient than this. So much more proficient. Right, that should do it for another few minutes. Get to the bottom of the chat and we'll get our duck on. Does anyone feel guilty when a seller at a car boot seller is elderly and the item they're selling for £1 is worth a lot more? Do you pay more for the item? No, but I wouldn't haggle with them. That's for sure. If that's all they want, then that's all they want. It wasn't quite as an extreme example of that. There was an elderly lady selling some roller skates. I bought 2 pairs. The video's already out, so you might have already seen it. And I knew, in fact, I had a conversation about reselling with the lady who sold them. She wanted, I think it came to about 13 quid for both pairs. And I knew that I'd be selling these roller skates for £35 each, say. And towards the end of the transaction, she actually asked me how much they were worth or what I'd be doing with them. So I said, well, I told her the truth. I told her how much I'd be selling them for. I did actually feel obliged to qualify the difference as well, though. So I suppose I didn't feel guilty so much, but I did feel an urge to qualify the difference kind of thing, because I'm a VAT registered business. I need to pay the tax man and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, you have to cover the postage fees and all that kind of stuff. And I did explain this to her. I don't think she was really asked about that. She was just interested in how much they would sell for normally. But I don't think people care. Morally speaking, I think it's probably, if you know you're going to absolutely make a killing on an item, it's not very sporting putting a bid in. If it's more bread and butter stuff, I'll always haggle kind of thing. And you can kind of get a feel that people, they know the sport of a car boot sale. So they know that the price, so because they know they're going to get a bid put in and all that kind of stuff. And you can make it a game, and people are already there mentally. A lot of times people are taking stuff to car boot sales before it either goes to the tip or the charity shop anyway. They're having a clear out. So, but yeah, like I say, it's only sporting to pay the asking price if you know you're going to make a killing on an item. That's my take on it anyway. But I won't feel guilty if somebody's asking for £1 on an item that you know you're going to flip for £30. That's what they want. So just don't haggle. I mean, you can if you want. It's up to you. I'm not your mum. Evening, Lynn. We're just wrapping it up, and I'm afraid you've kind of missed the entry to the duck race because I pulled the plug on getting names. So next time, if I'll try and be more prepared for it, and then we'll go for it. Right, I'm at the bottom of the chat, and we've done nearly exactly an hour. Dave's in the house. Good evening. We're just about to do the duck race. Right, so I'm going to share. I'm going to share the screen. Present, screen share, duck race, share. Why have you disappeared? I don't know how Chris Hayden does this just off a laptop. I think to do this properly, I'd need 2 screens. I'd need 2 screens for sure. Right, add to, here we go. Right, I've added the names to the list. So these are all the people taking part. Not so many, actually, maybe about 30, give or take. We've already set the clock for 2 minutes. There we are. I don't know how to shuffle them. I should have asked. Oh, there we go. Shuffle characters. Didn't notice that before. Give them a good shuffle. It did tell me how many names there were. Oh, I definitely should have asked Chris to help me out with this. Right. Okay. Are we ready? Here we go for the printer. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Who's going to take an early lead? LBLB is wearing a cap. Very nice. Got some interesting looking characters this evening. Nice even spread. Typically, the naked ducks, just because there's more of them, more chance of those winning. But you never know in this game. You never know. It's going to be a minute and a half to go, and there's no clear front runner. That's the word I was looking for. I have no idea what Andy Incognito's duck's got on its head. It's like looks like a baby bottle tea or something like that. Andrew is keeping the people at the rear company. Oh, no. Andrew's a naked duck. Guess it's Stevie. We've got Paperman bringing up the rear. Parker. Here we go. Jason Entwistle is the clock. He's making a bit of a run for it at the minute. Bit too early to start deciding winners yet. So bad at the front with his little spoon, maybe using that as an oar. Liam Naked Duck is a beak ahead, or just a beak ahead at the minute. Trapper the clown at the bottom of the screen, doing quite well, been consistent through this race. 30 seconds to go. Kathy's bat duck, who's coming up, but this could be anybody's game. Sometimes right towards the end of the race, you get people coming up from the rear who haven't been even in the race all the way through. Luke Ellican, way out in front of the minute. That doesn't mean to say he's going to be a winner. 8 seconds to go. Down to the final 5 seconds. Is anybody going to come? Oh, my word. He one right from the back with a poorly duck. Oh, love hearts. Oh, well, there you go, James. I've got your number anyway, so I'll just. This wasn't a fix. There's no way to fix these duck races anyway. So, thank you everybody for playing on this one. That was fun, wasn't it? Wasn't that fun? It's not a. Oh, come on, Keeffe. It wasn't a fix. That'll save on postage. Yeah, absolutely. Former duck race champion. Fun live stream, Super Dave. Thank you very much. Yeah. I must admit, I don't think I've ever won. I've been in a lot of duck races now. I don't think I've ever won one. Okay. I'll have to buy one. I've got a couple for sale, actually, Dave. Check out my store. I'll do you. In fact, if you send me a message off eBay, if you spot one in my store, I'll do you a good deal. There you go. Right, I'm going to wrap this one up. We've done over an hour, which is just amazing. I've lasted this long, if I'm completely honest. Thank you very much to our Sean. Yeah, you're a legend. You really helped me out there. This would have gone proper Pete Tong if I didn't have your support, so thank you, lovely. You ruthless bastard. So James is trying to sell the printer he's just won to Dave. Ruthless. Right, lovelies. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. I've got a video out on Saturday, as usual, at 5 p.m. So watch that one. And I'm going to do, there's a few people have asked me about how I run my SKU system, how I run my stock system and keep on track of where everything is and make sure I don't lose anything. So probably this time next week, I'm going to release a video on how I operate things, like from start to finish, absolute deep dive into, I mean, it's not complicated to be fair, but a deep dive in how from point of listing to point of sale, how I operate my stock system. And without giving too much of the game away, there may be some famous people involved in the video. I will leave the teaser there. You guys have been brilliant as usual. I will catch up with you very soon. I'll try and find something else to give away. James, keep just send me your address. And in fact, I might see you at the weekend anyway. Let me know your movements for the weekend, and we'll try and get a Zeds together, and it will save me £5 on postage. Thanks very much, lovelies. See you soon. Have a good week.